Hi, my name is Zisel Slepovich, and you might be seeing a lot of my posts advertising this new book that I just published. In fact, this is a book in concert key, and there's a version in the key of B flat here, uh, which is called Musical Treasures from Sofia Magid's Jewish Collection, Volume 1, klezmer tunes from Belarus and Ukraine, transcribed, annotated, and arranged by yours truly. So let me just clarify, what is it about? What is the fuss about, apart from the fact that I just published a book and hey, I want to advertise and sell it? Well, this is the first time that this music from that part of the world, from Belarus, southeastern Belarus, and northern central Ukraine, is being published. Let me just break it down quickly for you. So when the ethnomusicology, ethnography, folkloristics got their hands on the recording equipment, namely on Thomas Edison's phonograph in the late 1800s and the 1890s, very soon after that, in the 1900s, a group of Jewish ethnographers, scholars, composers in St. Petersburg was the first group to go to the field, make field recordings, primarily in Ukraine and also in Belarus, in Vitebsk. There was Magid Kiselgof in Vitebsk. They made some recordings, also on the wax cylinders and other mediums that were available to them. And then the revolution of the 1917, the Bolshevik Revolution, broke out, and it created this unique situation when the Soviet state was promoting and supporting the study, research study, and publication of the folklore of various ethnic groups in the Soviet Union, and the Jews were one of them. So formally, they were opposing anti-Semitism, and not only formally, but in fact, they were for quite some while, till that stopped. The situation in the West, in Poland, in Czechoslovakia, in all those states that emerged after the breakdown of the empires, was very different. There were no such institutions, there was no such policy, there was no financial or institutional support for study of Jewish folklore. Nobody was going out in the field with a phonograph and recording Jewish singers or instrumentalists, or cantors. That was not happening. The only instances when that was happening were commercial studios in Warsaw, which gives us very different information. So different from the folk singers in the field. It's just very different vibe, different attitude by the performers. So Sofia Magid was literally one of the three Soviet ethnographers, folklorists, ethnomusicologists, however you call them, who went to the field to record Jewish singers, instrumentalists, performers in the 1920s and 30s. In fact, during this one decade, Sofia Magid did her Jewish recordings between 1928 and 38, and that was about the same time when Moisei Beregovskiy in Kiev went to make his recordings primarily in Ukraine. He did not go to Belarus, or not much. And we clearly don't have audio recordings, sound recordings by Beregovskiy. So, and then the third one was Zusman or Zinovy Aronovich Kiselgof, who started his work in the 19-teens, going to Vitebsk and then to Mogilov, first supported by Baron Ginsburg, a Jewish patron of the arts and sciences, and then after the revolution doing it just by himself, mostly by himself, without the phonograph, notating those songs and cantorial compositions by hand. So that's it. What was going on in the West? There were no such institutions again, and there was rising anti-Semitism. There was YIVO Institute in Vilna that was formed in 1925. It was evacuated in 1940 to New York because of World War II and occupation and obvious things that were going on there. The plan of annihilation of the Jewish people. And so such recordings were not made. So Sofia Magid made her recordings, and then Moisei Beregovskiy did his recordings. And this is basically all of the sound recordings of Eastern European Jews making music before World War II, on the cusp of the Holocaust. After that, both Magid and Beregovskiy went to the same places where they had researched before the war. They did not find, or barely found anyone. Beregovskiy did record indeed 70 Jewish songs about the war, Stalin, etc. in Yiddish, and that was it. So these transcriptions that I just published, that the collection of Sofia Magid that I, together with my professor Nina Stepanskaya of blessed memory, had a chance, a privilege, and a great luck really to research in St. Petersburg in the early 2000s, is a unique window into that culture, into that music. And these are 40 tunes, primarily, if we're talking about instrumental tunes, primarily played on the violin. And there was one ensemble. We don't have recordings of Jewish bands, which were abundant. We have oral testimonies that Dr. Stepanskaya and I recorded in Belarus in 2000s. That's such klezmer bands, let's call them klezmer bands, they were not called in this way, Jewish bands, existed all over the place. Multiple professional Jewish bands, they were not recorded. But we have a recording of one Jewish band, so this volume contains one score, just as a sample, and the rest are charts. So you can see I wrote up the introductory article here, and the charts with the chords, symbols here. And there's literally one score, 3 violins. There was a family fiddle band. This is Yosele Kochanchik, a typical, very widespread ballad that also Magid included in her dissertation, Ballad in Jewish Folklore, that she completed in 1938 and defended in 1939 in Leningrad. Anyway, this is what sets this publication apart. It's really previously unpublished, unique material, which you can get online at zisl.bandcamp.com. Or, if you stop by, if you're my friend here in Brooklyn, New York, you can stop by and get a copy, or stop by soon at Yiddish New York, at Hebrew Union College in Manhattan, between December 22nd and 26th. That book will be on sale there as well. All right, I hope that clarifies it. Bye.